Yes, regarding the Apex model. So to be clear, here we have the Linkage 20-inch wheel with 161.2 volts, battery, smart BMS, and Always control board, and wherever firmware was transferred to a new one product, where of course we made some manipulation with a firmware, but to be honest, here we have a base of a Linkage link, so I will not tell you a lot here and will not repeat myself with a links review here, because in fact the power, I think, and all this acceleration and so on, all these possibilities, we just have copy paste here the links product in the Apex, and even the weight are same. Firstly they was said that the weight will be reduced till 38.5 kilos, I think, but I was measured with my own here. I was made that measurement, so I get the 40.4 kilos without the pads, but with side panels. So but if you will just through the side panels, I think it will be at least 400 grams, so overall the wheel weight will be about 40 kilos. So anyway, this is not 38 and not even close here. So even the weight of a wheel are same like the links, and here we need to understand that we have the technologies like the motor, control board, batteries with a smart BMS, the screen, the headlights, tail lights, and so on, handles, all this, plus suspension. So the weight, we need to understand that the weight of such type of specification wheel will be same here, and maybe at least 1 kilos we can win here, but not more, I think, for such a wheel. So here I think this is mostly clear one position we have for the unicycle. 40 kilos, it is normal weight for such wheel. Regarding the ergonomics of the wheel, so I will start overall the wheel from the kickstand. So we have a kickstand for the wheel, and here we have a difference for the Apex, because you can use it like stand, but you can make it like the close position, and this one just meant to be built for the hard off-road. If you are jumping somewhere, so you can just lift it in the upper position, and so you will never be possible to hit with a kickstand somewhere, so just in my opinion it is a good idea just to keep it in the both position. You have possibility to manipulate it. So here we have the first difference between, for example, links or our products on the market. So the kickstand we have possibility to manipulate in the low position, to use the wheel in the kickstand, or just keep it in up position for the hard off-roading. So second one, where we have the rear one, lights, backlights, and addition of lights, three modes of the lights. So the lights always on when you're braking, it's shining more bright. The second one position, it's just off. You can just power it off, and you have no lights at the back, and you have a stroboscopic effect of the lights when you're riding, shining very brightly, like was in the stroboscopic mode. So, for example, the previous models, not previous, but the links and so on, don't have a position. But here for the backlights, we have no turning lights. But for sure, the turning lights are not a goal for such a wheels, because you're turning somewhere, and this light just blinking in one and another side, and meant to be functional. So it's just do nothing here, and our riders anyway don't know you're riding forward or backward, or you just riding like you wish in the straight line with a small like with small drifting and so on. So anyway, we have no turning lights here. Regarding the handle, overall we have back one handle and it is from the built from the two handles. One like in the downside of the wheel, it's meant to be like the bumper, and up one handle meant to be like the handle to take it, and another one moment that the apex don't have trolley handle. So in the upper position, when we have the linkage system in the upper position, the wheel is very tall, and it is possible to take the wheel with such a handle and manipulate it a little bit if you need to, to go somewhere from the garage till your car and so on. But for sure, it is not comfortable to ride, to take it, and for the long, for the long trolling, like we are going in the supermarket or in the metro station, it is. For sure, it is not comfortable with my weight, with my height of 1 meter 85 centimeters, not comfortable, and for sure for all here guys will be not comfortable to manipulate with such a handle for a long time. So here we have a wheel for the sports, and mostly room takes the suspension, so made with some type of a handle was not possible for them, I think. But from another side, I think some type of a handle like we have in the Sherman L, like we have in the Sherman first generation, when you just put it, the handle, like it is part of up cover with top cover and with a seat, so you can just take it in that position and roll it. I think in the aftermarket we will see such solutions soon to make the handle and put it on the top of our wheel, so this will give some possibility to troll it better, but from the box we don't have handle. Another one point here regarding the back one bumper and trolley handle is what the wheel we have are with air suspension, and for sure the customers have possibility, dealers have possibility to order the wheels with two type of suspension. As usual, spring suspension with a spring, and you can choose how many lbs suspension will be, and the air suspension. I prefer air suspension, and NOSFET also says that the wheel with a better performing better with air suspension compared to the spring suspension. I will try to explain it a little bit later in my review, but when you're using the wheel with air shock, so the valve of to push the air are looking to the handle here, to the trolley handle border, and we put in the box the pump, and we also put in the box some type of 90 degrees valve to adapter, to put firstly adapter on the valve of the air shock, and after put the pump to that adapter. It is not comfortable to use all that system to keep it with you if you need it. It is first one point, and second one point that you need to push at least 250, and if you are a heavy guy about 100 kilos, you need to push 300 psi to this air shock. So when you're pushing such a lot of psi and you have so not much room of air, so when you release your pump, you get loose air, and when you release this adapter, you also get loose air, so the shock will not be 250 or even 300 anymore. So here also not comfortable. I even stop use it with adapter, and for me to get the normal air pressure, I just was remove it 2 screws from the both sides and remove it the back one handle, and to get the normal access to the pump. So I also reported about that to the manufacturer, but I don't think we will do something here because the mass production already started, and as I understand, all these parts already produced, and just we're keeping these parts, in the warehouses for producing wheels. So I don't think something will be changed here, but at least it is not comfortable to use, and you need to understand that this is the air shock, and it is losing the air first one, and even when we have a different condition, for example, if I am putting inflating here in my apartment, if the air are hot, when I'm going on the street, the air and all the system get cold, and the air just don't have enough PCI anymore. So here I see the difference, and I think what I know that I need to have the access and to even to get the access to at least check the air pressure, how many PCI I have. So it is not comfortable to use like that. For the normal spring suspension, yes, you will just put it in one place, and you will not need to manipulate a lot of with all this spring and so on. You just need to adjust the rebound and so on, compression if you will have it. So, but you don't need to push the air and so on. So anyway, I find that this solution was not comfortable. Also reported to the manufacturer, but don't think that we will have some upgrades soon in the near future here. So okay, let's go to the top of a wheel, and here we have great solution, but we have a charger ports here, 2 charger ports in the middle of the top cover. Easy to access, very easy to start charging and so on. So compared to the links and Shermanel and Patton with all these uncomfortable places to put the charger sockets, so here we have clear better one solution, and I like it. So after this charging sockets, 2 sockets, we have the screen, and the screen almost the same we have in every products of Liperkim. 4 buttons, you can manipulate, you can control all this voltage, to see amperes, watts, and charge, and so on. Also you can go in the menu with all the same manipulating. You go in the inner menu in the settings, and you can set the wheels as you wish. All the settings same like we have in the links, in the pattern, in all Liperkim wheels. At least I have 2 differences compared to the last generation links and Shermanel. The last generation links has the powerful mode on and off possibility, and also low battery mode on and off. So for the Apex we have both of these modes are always on by default, and you cannot power it, you cannot switch it off in your Apex wheel. So with this generation of a firmware, you cannot just make something here. All another settings are remain same like we had in all Liperkim's models, so no difference here. Regarding the front lamp, and here for the front lamp, yes, this is good, I think, good upgrade compared to the, I will always comparing to the links because these wheels are almost the same. So compared to the links, we have the daylight here, and when you power on wheel you have daylight, and also you have a 3 additional type of lighting front lamp to choose. So the beam, you can choose 3 type of lighting. So low light, middle light, and high lights, and all these beam are cuts, not shining like the circle, but it is cutting edge. Cutting light lamp, so you also can adjust the height of the beam. So here definitely this is good one upgrade, and you have daylight and so on, and 3 type of lighting, and this is really good, and this is the better one solution compared to another Liperkim wheel. So, and overall the design of a lamp, of a headlight, I like that design more, because I know many people changed the front lamps on the aftermarket one lamp just because of that reason, because not having the daylight and with beams, not cutted edge, and blinding people who are comes in the front of you and so on. So here this one moment was solved by the Apex, and I like we solved it. Regarding the front handle also comfortable for hard stopping, for the seat riding and so on, but we have here problem what for the adjusting the wheel, adjusting the suspension, putting air on the suspension, or adjusting the level, the height of all suspension with all this mechanism of a suspension, you need to put the wheel on the front part, on the front lamp. And here we have the curved one handle and the wheel. The idea is that the wheel not staying straight, you know, you cannot just leave it in the one place because the wheel are going on the one side or on another side. You cannot fix it, you know, you need to adjust it, and you need to hold the wheel adjusted so it is not comfortable, and it is makes nonsense when the wheel are dirty and you need to grab it with your leg or one hand, and so it is dirty wheel and you get your clothes also and hands are also dirty. So I don't know why they don't do that, and I don't know why they don't see that problem. I also reported that to the manufacturer, but they still says what we see, but we can do nothing here. And for me, just I have some question how you guys was testing that wheel. You don't see that this is not comfortable. Yes, great looking design, all okay here, but it is not functional. So yes, I see. So here some problems with this don't understanding of between the design. So designers build that build in the free renders, and another point when you're using in real life and you see that some solutions are not so great but good looking. So this is regarding the overall of a wheel. So overall of a wheel condition looking great, really nice design, good material quality, a solid build. I see that this is a solid build one wheel, great looking wheel. And if we will now go forward for the overall comfort in ergonomics here, when you're staying on the wheel, I even feel more comfortable staying on that wheel compared to the Lynx, because this up cover box for me was a little bit too flat, you know, in the up position when we have the plastics here, not comfortable. For the Apex I don't see that problem, and staying with all the side panels and pads, for me it is comfortable. Angle of a pedal good, but you need to understand and keep it in mind that you cannot adjust the pedal angle here, so it is fixed in one place. And also these pedals have the spikes, but these spikes are integrated in one piece of a pedal, you cannot change them. So in time you will need or change the pedals to the same or change it to aftermarket to make the possibility to adjust the spikes and change the spikes and so on. So we also had that solution already a few years on the market, like the Grizzly pads, like the Nilanover making, and another small manufacturers, tuning manufacturers all around the world are making such solution already for a few years. But professional manufacturers who making that wheel, like the sporty one wheel, they still using such a pedals. I understand this is a cheap solution, but if we are speaking for the sport, so in my deep opinion, the wheel should be prepared and all these small moments must be thinking at the stage of designing that wheel, and all you should get such a wheel, like the sporty wheel from the box, and don't think what you need to buy pedals, you need to make the such type of front stand to keep it in straight position and so on. So here also small moments, pedals good, angle good. Ergonomically it was very comfortable to ride and to stay on that wheel, all okay. I have no comments here, as I said, I am now keep repeating me, but for me ergonomically it is better compared to the Lynx. But this is just my personal opinion, so it is not a fact. It is just my my own opinion, so keep it also in mind. So, and the most moment here we are now going to the performance of wheel and performance of suspension. This most important part. You are all waiting and watching that review. I understand that, but just for the performance side of a wheel, you need to understand this is the same like the Lynx. We said that we make some adjustment with a firmware. The wheel are more aggressive and more agile. But as I said, I don't see the difference because the top position of the wheel are, the pedals are too high compared to the Lynx, so the wheel not so aggressive. And in the lowest position, the pedals much lower compared to the Lynx, and the wheel are very aggressive and rides very aggressively, accelerating, braking, and so on. So For me, it is very hard to compare. You need to put somewhere in the stand and we measure the watts and power of a wheel to make the clear comparison. So this one more powerful or not more powerful compared to the links and apex and so on. So, but for me, as I was saying, it is same. Maybe in some moments more aggressive, agile, but same 50S batteries, same controller, same wheel, same motor, and so on. So I think this is the same. So this is what we are. So if we are speaking about the performance of a power performance about that wheel. So for me, I see here no difference in technologies and in the power at all. But regarding the suspension, yes, and this is the most hard for me moment to to explain all these moments. So just to understand, we made the wheel for the two purposes: high speed, extreme riding on the tracks, on the good roads, and very hard extreme riding with all these big air jumps, when you're jumping for a few meters in the air, going down hills and so on, with big suspension traveling and so on. So this is the 2 points we made that wheel best for: high speed riding on the tracks and high aggressive riding on the trails with all these big air jumps. So, and when you're keeping this suspension fully up, you have all this perfect traveling of the suspension and all this big range. And to be honest here, this one wheel is best what I was tested and tried before. Nothing compares here, just of the suspension smoothness and traveling with all this big, big traveling of a suspension, and I feel like it is going. And if I compare with a Liperkin, yes, it is also smooth, but not travels a lot compared to the Apex. And here the suspension are for sure unique one and nothing to compare here in the market. Sorry Bigodi, sorry another manufacturers, no. The Apex suspension in all this up position are just craziest one and good one and performing, and the quality of the suspension built are really great in my opinion. So all works maximum fine. But from another one side, when you have all this traveling of a suspension, you have also all this body of the wheel with all these pedals, foot plates are going in the very high position, and with no load of the wheel, the pedals even going higher than the center of the axle here. So when you are staying on that wheel, you feel what the wheel are not so nimble. You feel like it is don't want to accelerate fast. You need to push it. Don't want to stop fast. You need to push it back. So the wheel are not so nimble, not so aggressive, and very hard to control on the low speed because of the high pedals. And very hard to go fast. I was trying to go 55 on the high position, and the side wind are pushing me from the roads, and I feel like we will not comfortable. When I'm trying to accelerate fastly by leaning forward, I feel like the wheel are going shaking between the legs because of that super high position. So it is not comfortable to ride like the normal riding in the city. Problem, right in the forest also not comfortable because of that position, very hard to manipulate with a wheel, and in my deep opinion pedals are still too high even for the hard off-road. I see only one moment when you're going the downhill with huge angles like with 60 degrees going downhill, yes, when you need such a pedals, but in all other cases you don't need such a high pedals, and for the casual riding it is not comfortable, but you have a perfect suspension, perfect traveling, and huge massive comfort you never saw before the Apex. And when you're trying to reduce the suspension, you're going low, you're trying to adjust it in the lowest position to the middle position, you immediately start feeling what the suspension don't work such a soft with such a travel anymore, and situation goes worse till the worst is still the end of a suspension when you get your wheel in the lowest one for the track racing. You have almost no suspension. The shock traveling remains a few centimeters, maybe 1 or 2 centimeters of all these travels, and suspension are really behaving very hard now. And even I think you need to reduce, air to make it working a little bit better. But anyway, if you jump a little bit, you immediately have you're dumping the suspension and had the suspension completely, dump it till the border. So from the big one suspension, good one suspension, you have almost no suspension here. And for the race tracks, yes, you have almost the same wheel without no suspension, like we had the Sherman, like we had the maybe Bigodi RS or EX, and all these moments when we have agile wheel with low pedals, going really fast and very aggressively. Yes, for the tracks it is good, but you don't have suspension anymore. You don't have comfort. And now I am returning about that. But you have two sports here for the off-road, hard off-road, and for the street racing, for the racing on the tracks. But all this middle, you just cut. We have no that middle, and the links have that middle here and covers that middle, and the apex just going behind that, behind that middles and covers these two sides. So, and here we have questions, what casual, normal rider who don't making the bigger jumps and who don't run 80 kilometers on the tracks, with our competitors. So what they should buy here, and this is the main problem for that wheel, because in my deep opinion, I was speaking a lot after I made my review. I was speaking a lot with manufacturers. We just tried to explain my thoughts and opinion, just tried to hear one manufacturer's idea and understanding what they wanted to make, what they wanted to bring to the market. Because firstly I was thinking maybe they missed something here, but no, they said completely what we wanted to make. We will to cover this to not cover it, not cover it positions by another manufacturer. So they made it, but this one made a huge hole in the center of the wheel, and using that wheel in such a middle, position of a suspension, it is worthless because the wheels are not so smooth, and links here just the better, solution. Just the better to cover all these, needs of normal riders who riding a lot in the cities and need just soft, good suspension without this extreme sporting and so on. So, yes, and I even was, start speaking with manufacturers. I was asking them, why you guys don't make, changeable, height of pedals, of a foot plates, all this, just make some type of fast, releasing type of mechanism. Just unscrew it somewhere or something like that, and you just can regulate it by 10 centimeters the pedals. Maybe such solution will help if you. But just for example, if you wish to have good one traveling with a suspension with all this, huge traveling diapason, but you also want to have a stability and normal pedal height here, so you just can adjust it to the low position by 8 centimeters, maybe even more till 10. Of course we need to test it. I just speaking what the problem is not about the 2 centimeters or 3. The problem is about 5, 8 and even maybe 10 centimeters of a pedal. So just adjusting them. I understand what overall body will be higher of the wheel from the pedals till the border of till the top of the wheel. Yes, I understand that, but this in my opinion should be anyway better solution, just if you want to have a suspension and normal controllable wheels here. But even not the mechanism just of fast adjusting, but even put some type of lowered kits four, panels, for example, 5 centimeters and 8 centimeters or 9 centimeters, and the clients, customers can adjust it, just changing that plates and adjust the wheel like they want, to make that more usable, for casual riding. But I don't know manufacturers will do that or not, but I really believe what the aftermarket will definitely do here a good job and will offer the solution by lowering kits for such a wheels like the Apex, and this will be, I think this will be better one. I don't know about manufacturers, they say that they cannot change when now we design and so on. I don't know, maybe we're just out of money, they want to make that product going to the market as soon as possible. Maybe new one releases will be fixed, maybe not. Maybe they just threw that wheel and start producing another one wheel. I hope they will not going that way, but we already know another manufacturers are going such a way, so don't speak about that manufacturers. You will not hear it from me. Sorry guys, but you understand about what manufacturers where I'm speaking right now. So, but as I said, I hope I try to explain you as clear as possible, to explain for you in English here my feelings and my understanding what I wanted to speak. So anyway, as I said, the wheel are really great. We will have 5 amp charger, same charger we have in Links and same sockets. You can use Link charger. Chargers overall good chargers, not so big, not so heavy, but we had issues with such a chargers. They are overheating sometimes and need to change them. So here, yes, I need to speak honestly, but we have some problems with such chargers, but overall they're working fine. You can use 2 of them, and you can buy maybe aftermarket charger with bigger amps, 10 amps, 15 amps, and charge that wheel, no problem here at all. We have same user manual, same like the Libricim with all explaining of a wheel possibilities and so on. Only one point regarding the shock absorber. This is really cheap one shock absorber. We're using air shock absorber. This shock absorber don't have a compression damping adjustment. The rebound adjustment only 7 clicks here, and this one makes not possible to adjust the wheel like you should adjust it and make the shock absorber working normally in all positions. Of course, we are all showing to you like we are jumping on the wheels and wheels are jumping, and really you see the suspension traveling. But I was explaining in many my videos that this is not the way how to test the suspension. You can show only like how suspension are working and travel of the suspension, but this is not the way for the testing. And the idea is for such cheap shock absorbers. I was speaking a lot of my all reviews when we're using only rebound shock absorbers, but you cannot adjust it to make it in the all speeds. So if you're releasing the how fast it is going, so you're making it more slowly, so when you're going on the high speed you feel like you're bouncing with a wheel. If you're staying, you're pushing the wheel and it is soft, but when the speeds are rising and you feel on any bump, you feel that that impact of a shock absorber. If you make that faster and you have only adjusting of 7 clicks, make it faster, it is going much more smoother, but overall wheels will start jumping on the high speed on the road, and you're going on the road like that, like this, tuning cars are jumping on the wheel, not comfortable. And so here you need to understand, if you're buying such a wheel, be prepared to buy good air shock absorber like the Fox has, and another one good manufacturers who are making the shock absorber for the good one trail bikes and downhill bikes and so on. But this will cost you additional $300-400 I think, or even maybe more, I don't know real price of a good shock absorbers now. But I think that in such a in such price tag, you will need to be prepared to invest in that wheel to make it much more better. Also was reported to the manufacturer, but you need to understand they will not put in the box such a expensive shock absorber, and this one cheap shock absorber not working, and I even see not what this ring of dust removal ring already starting going on the side, and I think and we will have only 200 kilometers now order, so few more kilometers and I think we will lose that ring with dust, dust removal ring, we will lose it. And also I need to say that this one also losing a little bit air, and I feel like I was riding about the 40 kilometers per day, was jumping and I was returning, and I see what we will not more 270 PSI was pushing in that shock, but it is about 160 PSI, so I even feel like suspension are soft and not working in the right way like it should work. So I need to, as I said, I need to push the air, so it's also losing the air, so not will last long in my deep opinion. So this is about all this about the Apex. So I try to be honest here, try to explain you the most moment for such a wheel, and one more also moment regarding this linkages type. Of course it is unique one solution, first time we see such solution on the market. And the first one moment, yes, we all saw that videos where the Marty was explaining what they tested that wheel, and all this suspension was malfunctioning quite fast here. But I can say what every dealer was knew about that problem, and the manufacturers, when they prepared the wheels to send to all dealers across the world, we also said what we know that we have a problem with such a linkage. We will send you the linkages in a few days after we will send you wheels, so you will receive it almost at the same time. And they explain it all that situation with that the materials was linkages was produced was not so great quality and had some issues with quality overall between all this mechanisms. So we fixed that and send new linkage systems to all almost together with a wheel. So all knew it, and when manufacturers said what guys don't use that old linkage system. So our partners from United States, so we're using that wheel, we killed that linkages and made a good video, hype video, what you see, new wheel and linkages already done here. So for me it is, I don't understand, and in real I don't understand why they made that video, because all knew that problem, and this problem was fixed at the time we get that wheel, and I think we even get the new linkages, but they keep testing with the old one, made that system broke and made the hype video. So I don't support that, guys. This is really not good overall for the all UNC community, and not good for the new manufacturers. You're just killing them for knowing about that problem, and you're still doing that video. So sorry guys, and I needed to explain now. And even now the manufacturer says that they just one more time changing the linkage system, and they now find better one manufacturers for them to make it with even better materials, much better materials, the best materials they can find in the China market, to make it super high durable and so on, and indestructible. So they are trying to do it, and they open and they honest, and they communicated with all dealers and explained the situation 24/7. So I understand that they want to go in the market, and they want to get our trust and respect from the community, but don't burning them from the start with this such type of propaganda and so on, just blaming the manufacturers for the job they don't do, and all knew that. So I needed just to speak about that moment. So returning to that linkage system, I see only one problem with such system if you will start to use it in the outdoor events. I mean, if you, for example, riding somewhere in the off-road in the high position, you are going on the street, you want to low position. So here I see the problem with all this dust, because mud and dust are everywhere on all these linkages, and when you are trying to adjust it, you are adjusted on the sand, on the dust between all these mechanisms, and between all these tooths, when the one side going on another side. So this also making the system male functioning faster. So in the ideal solution, as I understand it, you need just to clean it perfectly and after adjust it, because if you will adjust it with the dust, you have also the problems here, and I don't think it is impossible to solve it if it somehow to make some type of a rubber covers or something like that. It's not possible, and just you need also keep it in mind what adjusting only when the suspension are completely cleaned here must be done. So to make it working, long time, to make it last long time. So guys, I think that's it for the review for the Apex. So I see the potential of that manufacturer of that wheel. So yes, if you wish to order that, you can order from us, or you can order from another dealers worldwide. And really, I can say that this product bring my attention here because of the quality, because of interesting solution. Yes, for me, as I said, some manipulation should be done, lower the pedals here. So they're doing something like this here, important. Another one point I missed to explain is about the side panels. So the side panels are too short to put normally the jump pads. So, and here we have the gap when you're putting the jump pads on the lower position, and some type of even almost the half of the jump pads are in the air, but you still can grab it normally with your legs. So here we need to make the adjustments to make the bigger of these side panels, or make the another jumping pads, for jumping, because all these power pads we see in the box are completely same like we saw in the V14 with a side. This is the manufacturer of these pads, another company in China. We're making all these pads for the patents, for the Shermanel. We're making for the InMotion same pads, and same pads we see here now. We're putting in the box with Apex. So these pads not bad, but from the jumping part here were really not good, and if you're really wishing to use that wheel in such extreme condition, you need to make some manipulation and adjustments and tuning here to have possibility to grab that wheel. I also wanted to explain that also to you. So guys, that's it. I think next review will be about the Kingsong F22 Pro already going to us. I will receive it I think in 2 weeks. And if the weather will let me to do that review, because now we have at least almost middle of November, so if the weather will be good, I will make that review quite soon, in the 3 weeks I think, F22 Pro. Also, the new one, renewed, not new one, but renewed Liperkim Patton S are coming to us. See, here I see no big difference, just is they renew the model, put the smart BMS, same voltage, same batteries. Now we use only 50S batteries, so that's good I think. For such small capacity wheel, small, but no, I mean 4 parallels and so on. So the capacity to 2222 watt-hours, so not so big. If you want to use that wheel in the hard condition, going fast and so on, so 50S will win here. Smart BMS, of course, always waiting. I think same travel like we have in the Lynx, but still it remains only 80 millimeters of a traveling with 1 point, and another 1 point is what Traveling and an hour 1 point, I forget. But I already tired. Sorry, guys. So yes, small travel, and we keep that voltage, low voltage, 126 volts. And but good one moment here, what we reduce weight, and if we saying true, but we will now weight 36.5 kilos. So reducing 4 kilos of weight will be good, but if we are not, if we, of course, if we are saying truth. So I like it first one generation pattern very much. Only one thing, the batteries are not last so long for me, and I wanted, to keep my fun ride little bit more when the pattern can offer, because riding with a pattern off was the good one moments, and I have only good feelings. So I hope a lighter one pattern with a smart BMS and 50S batteries will be at least not worst one moment, not worstest one when the first generation was. So good upgrade, not good upgrade, but I understand what who have own patterns now don't think we will change it to pattern S, but just for the new one guys coming who are looking for a wheel, this will be really good one solution to get the pattern S, like the alternative wheel with a not a big high price tag, like the Lynx and Sherman and our Alvis will have. So this one will cost about 300 euros in Europe, so not 4,000, so 1,000 less. So anyway, you have possibility to have agile wheel and so on, and keep always performance the wheel can offer for you, but not last so long mileage, but anyway you will get your performance. So I think this have our own segment on the market. So guys, see you soon in my next reviews. So guys, thank you for watching. Denis Hagov with you, our transport store shop ucsale.com. Bye bye guys.